Oh, it's time.
I may have your attention,
Mute.
everyone.
Everybody mute.
We have one speaker signed up for tonight. We do not see the speaker yet. I'd like to give her maybe another 2 minutes before we get started, but we are live. So we're going to go ahead and get started either way. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to the April 27th, 2021 meeting of the Albany County Legislature. I'm Andrew Joyce, and I serve as chair of the Albany County Legislature. We're conducting this public hearing remotely in accordance with the Public Officers Law, Governor Cuomo's executive orders related to the COVID-19 pandemic, and at the advice of medical professionals. The governing law directs we hold a public hearing prior to the passage of local laws. Our rules prohibit members of the public from questioning legislators and prohibits us from questioning you. Your input and your commitment to come here to speak is very important to us. I'd like to note that the information for participation in tonight's public forum has been on the legislature's website since last week. This is the same format we have used since the pandemic began, which has produced robust public discourse. Now I ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Beston. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hello.
Okay. Brewski.
Here.
Bergdorf.
Present.
Chapman. Clay.
Here.
Clary.
Here.
Camiso.
Here.
Cunningham. Demolowitz.
Here.
Drake. Drake. Epicoro.
Present.
Ethier.
Here.
Feeney.
Here.
Fine.
Here.
Grimm.
Here.
Andrew Joyce.
Here.
Ray Joyce. Ray Joyce. Coon.
Everything that is being
Coon. Lakakis.
Right here.
Lockhart.
Here.
Murriello.
Here.
Mayo.
Here.
McLaughlin.
Here.
McLean Lane.
Here.
Miller.
Present.
O'Brien.
Here.
Purley.
Here.
Peter.
Here.
Plosky.
Here.
Reedy.
Here.
Reinhardt.
Here.
Ricard.
Present.
Simpson.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Tunney.
Here.
Ward.
Here.
Whalen.
Here. I'm here.
Willingham. Oh, she just came in. I have 33 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Is there any members of the legislature that did not hear their name called that may have came in late?
Mr. Chairman, Bob Beston.
You've
I don't know
got
if you got me.
Justin.
I did
Thank you,
get you.
sir. All right, thank you.
Okay, this time I'd like to ask everyone, if you're not speaking, if you don't have your hand raised for whatever reason, please go on mute. Mute your device. If you're on a phone, I believe it's star six. To unmute, it is star six again. Thank you. Clerk, please read resolution number 95.
Before I read, I just want to let everyone know my camera stopped working, and that's why you don't see me.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Resolved by the County Legislature of the County of Albany that a public hearing on proposed local law number D for 2021, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, the Restaurant Protection Law, in relation to third-party delivery services to be held remotely by the Albany County Legislature at 7:15 p.m. on Tuesday, April 27th, 2021, with participation information to be made available on the Albany County website, and the clerk of the county legislature is directed to cause notice of such hearing to be published containing the necessary information in accordance with the applicable provisions of law. Affidavits of publication are on file in the clerk's office.
Tonight, there is one speaker signed up. Ms. Waterman, you have 5 minutes.
Here we go. I won't need 5 minutes, but thank you. Okay. I was really happy to see local law J capping fees for food delivery service, and happy to see it become law in February. This has provided much needed help to our restaurants. I'm equally happy to see local law D, which makes our law even better. And I want to thank Mark Grimm and the Republicans who introduced this bill. As usual, those of us who vote, pay your salaries, and live in this community don't get to see who all the sponsors of bills are, even though I believe we should. It would be very helpful if an up-to-date list were available before public hearings. After I had spoken on local law J, of course, and I understand that a few Republicans thought I was calling them out when I believed that they were not on the list, but I was calling them in. But in any event, we don't have updated lists. So local law D looks like it's all Republicans who are on it, but I know there is widespread support among Democrats, some of whom may have already signed on. I'm confident that local law D will be a wonderful addition to our laws and will be bipartisan. Speaking of bipartisanship, this past year, while we've been doing Zoom meetings, I've noticed a welcome increase in bipartisanship. And I hope it's not because of Zoom, because I'm looking forward to not having to use it anymore and seeing all of you in person soon. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Carol. Is there anyone else in this meeting who wishes to speak on local law D for 2021? Hearing none, the public hearing on local law D is now closed. That concludes tonight's public hearing. Please continue to be safe, everyone. Enjoy your maskless experiences outside with no crowds. I don't know if you saw the briefing from this week, but we still have a lot of work to do in Albany County in specific areas on vaccination. So more information will be coming out on that. If you have good ideas, please push them forward, but we are not out of the woods yet. We need to keep up the work in promoting this vaccine in our communities. And I thank you all for your diligent work and helping us do that.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question if I could.
Sure, Mr. Graham.
Yeah, there's new things that came out today about the mask, and I'm wondering how will that affect our in-person for our LEDS meetings? Because I'm assuming every one of us has been vaccinated, so I wonder if does that affect us at all?
That's thank you for reminding me of that, Mr. Graham. That's something that we're going to talk about with leadership as we kind of move forward with the safest, most common sense manner in which we can do that, given the vaccinations and the different restrictions that are being lifted, for large venues. What does that mean for local government? I am just as anxious to get back into chambers as everybody else. Trust me. We need to end this Zoom. We need to get back, get back into chambers and doing our jobs where we normally do them. But that conversation is going to get accelerated, going forward. And in my mind, and don't hold me to this, I always thought, midsummer, end of summer, we'd at least, that's the goal, right? To at least have some semblance of normalcy, getting back into normalcy. But the vaccinations going up and these new restrictions getting lifted, it's a conversation that's going to happen amongst leadership, and we don't want to exclude anybody. We need to remember that COVID is still out there. It's especially deadly for certain members of our population, members of our constituency. So we need to follow the science, follow the guidance, and continue to move on that path. But that conversation is ongoing, and that's the goal for everybody, is to get back into chambers as soon and as safely as possible.
Thank you.
Any other questions, folks? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Ricard, seconded by Mr. O'Brien. All those in favor?